Alright guys, here's the big day. I've already shown you the shop. You'll see it behind me and you'll see it throughout the videos. So here's what the next project is going to be. A 1992 Ford Mustang. So a little bit of history on me. In '95 I lived in Dallas, Texas. Took a year off of college. Decided I wanted to do something different, so I went down to Dallas, Texas, where I had some acquaintances. And while I was down there, I got bit by the bug of street racing. Now I haven't really been much of street racing, but I enjoyed watching the heck out of it. And at the time, one of the things that was really dominating the streets were the Foxbody Mustang, or the Fox platform Mustang. At the time I loved the coupes, never had one, and I'll show you a picture here. This is me having a 89 Ford Mustang GT. I bought that, it was a repo. I ended up getting it on a really good deal, but that ended up really just driving me to really wanting a V8 car again. So when I had the 240, I really was kind of bored with the KA, the 4-cylinder in it. Wasn't looking forward to building it. In the end, my wife said, if you want a V8 car, you're not putting one in that 240, so go out and get one. So when I got up to Oregon, I was looking for a coupe. This is what I really wanted for a V8 car. This is what I loved for the last 20 years. So I ended up finding one in 20 minutes from me. A guy had it outside his barn, and you'll see why. He wanted the powertrain out of it, and it's not much else to look at. So anyway, welcome to Project 9deucecoupe. Let me show you what we're starting with.
Alright, so we're going to start on the passenger side here. You can see on the passenger side, the body is mostly straight. It's got some dents and dings. You can see there. It does have the Cobra wheels on it already. They are, I think, the chrome ones, but they're in such bad shape. They're all pitted. They're all curb rash and all that, so I'm going to end up stripping that chrome off. I'm not sure. I'll probably have it commercially done. And then I'm going to refinish those and probably have them powder coated. Looking at the molding on the windows, of course, it's nicely crappy. The 20 years of being out in the weather and more has taken its toll on those. Window moldings are junk. You can see on the top of the roof, the clear coat completely gone. You can see that there's all the way through the paint. And even here on the front, you can start to see that it's getting some surface rust, so I'm going to have to strip that off. Take off the windshield molding, strip the paint, and start over again. Of course, the mirrors are faded, nice and chunky. Doesn't even have an antenna. And here's the fender. It's got a few spots, a few rough spots, not too bad. Does have a replacement stock hood. Looks like it's a dark blue to me. I'm not even sure what color it is because it's in such bad shape. Of course, the vent grill there, cracked, broken, and the wipers, completely garbage. Looking back here at the front, does have the one-piece headlights on them. The lenses are completely faded over. The lights leak, so those will be taken off, and they will be separated. I'm going to put some LEDs in the strip there in the front, give it a little different look. And then the front also, you can see right there under the driver's side headlight, does have a nice big chunked piece, so that's going to be fixed. So that'll have to be taken off. Looking here at the driver's fender, not really dented, just mostly the paint's crappy, so again, that'll be cleaned up. Probably taken back down close to metal. Don't know if I'll get all that far really. Again, the wheel is missing the hubcap. It's chunky. Kind of doing, just going to restore it. Again, not too bad. Looking at the driver's side here, if you notice on the passenger and the driver's side, I think a couple of owners ago, they decided, hey, you know what would be really cool? Let's shave the handles. So the guy took the handle off, and he never put a new handle on, or even replaced it. So, inside the mirror is how you get in. Now on the passenger side, there is no handle, and there's no popper. So you can't even get in unless you open it from the inside. Not very good. So anyway, looking at the rear quarter on the driver's side, not sure what they're doing. They obviously were doing some kind of body work, and it's crappy, so that's going to be taken out. Got to take that back down to metal, see what they got there. And you can see right there on the pillar, again, it's a little chunky, but it'll be taken down. All the glass is good in it. It's a little roughed up, but not too bad. And then the back glass there, you can see it's tinted. The tint is torn in a few places. It'll be stripped off, retinted Trunk is obviously replaced, needs trunk bumpers. It doesn't fit very well, and I have no idea why. There's a big chunk of paint missing, and what the heck they did with it. So, taillights are broken on the back. No, one bulb doesn't work. Taillights are chipped, so you can kind of see on them there if I get my head out of the way. See on there, and the bumper is actually broken. So, that's all the outside. Let me show you the inside, because it only gets better. Alright, so if I get my shadow out of the way. Just looking at the driver's door, you can see the map pocket is completely worn out and is garbage. So these door panels are going to be taken out. I'm going to, I guess, get the cheap kit to rebuild them. I don't like the map pockets, nor do I want the carpet on the bottom, but the armrests just need to be cleaned. All the switches do work, thankfully, and I just need to get those cleaned up and replaced. We'll quickly look at the dash here. You can kind of see, not really, but you can kind of see it is the airbag wheel. It needs to be taken off, cleaned up. Switches are faded. It is a 5-speed. Does have the ashtray broken, which is the standard. Carpet is garbage. Seats, yeah, they're pretty bad. Look at the back here. You can see it's full of money. So this car, as the 240 was, as sure as they start stripping it out, it's going to get cheaper because it's going to have a ton of money into it. Looking at the back seats, actually the back seats, you know, other than being dirty and needing to be cleaned, are actually in good shape. So I'm going to take those out, clean them up. The plastics are all in good shape. You can kind of see, and looking at the headliner, dome light works. The guy, somebody put an elephant on the headliner, so it's nice. And it's also loose, coming loose, so that'll be stripped out and replaced. Let's look at the passenger side. Alright, so here's the other side of the car. You can see there is no map pocket on this one, so there's nothing to be mad about. But anyway, these will be taken out, be cleaned up, and I'm going to rebuild these also. These almost look like they were possibly rebuilt before, but they're going to be done again. So let's kind of look at the interior. As you can kind of see, well, maybe not. The interior is pretty nasty. Needs to be redone. Carpet, of course, is going to be replaced. Seat, I don't even know what happened here. It is stained. It's got dog hair on it. I don't know if this was a milkshake incident or what, but it's bad. These seats are going out. I'll show you what I've got going in there. So looking here, got a console lid full of car wash tokens, doubtful, and some money. So again, it's cheaper. There's the dash lower, the trunk, and the seats. So let me show you what's in the trunk, and then we'll look under the hood. Alright, so now here's in the trunk. As you can see, the battery's been relocated, or it literally just been set in there with some new cables put on it. So it does start and run, but I'm amazed this thing is not burned to the ground yet. All the carpeting and everything seems to be here. Just needs to be taken out, cleaned up, probably replaced. And as you can see, it's just a basic trunk. Needs the bumpers put in, and it'll get a new seal put on it just to make sure it doesn't leak. Let's look under the hood. Alright, here's under the hood. Now you can see it's just a basic 302. Nothing major. Looks like he's put a different cap on, some Ford racing wires. Obviously the stainless cover over the top radiator hose. It does have a Be Cool radiator already replaced, so he did say, the previous owner said he did fix the heater core, which I will go and double check. It does have a shorty intake on it, so it's breathing all that nice hot engine air. Everything else looks to be the same. He did say he's got, you can say, look down in there, he does have red top injectors on it, which are supposed to be 30-pound injectors, and a calibrated MAF to go with it, or a Pro M Racing sensor there. It does have some really basic cheap caster camber plates. All the wiring is there. Of course, the vacuum lines are broken. Those will need to be replaced. It does have an engine light on, which I do have a code scanner for that, and I will get that checked to see if I can figure out what it is. Supposedly it's going to have the 130 alternator already on it, and does have an MSD coil on it, as you can kind of see there. He did take out the battery, and of course I showed you it's in the trunk, and he put in this nicely cheap, fabricated in 20 minutes tank to hold coolant, but it does work, it's just not very well mounted. Otherwise, it's a pretty basic car. Now this does have a branded title out of California when I got it, so the previous owners told me, no, it's never been wrecked, not that I know of. I don't know what happened. So let me see if I can kind of show you in here. You can see there the nice big window right about here. This is my lower radiator brace there. That there has been smashed, and I'm glad it's holding the radiator, but boy, that's going to have to be replaced. So the whole front end of the car will come off, and then it will be replaced. So I've never been one to do my own body work, but golly gee, it's time to work on it. So anyway, let's get this thing in the shop. We will get it up on some jack stands and show you what we have underneath to start with.